It's Wanna's on Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to Wanna's on Wednesday.
Yes.
Shout out to my cousin Shauna pulling up on a pull up. This is how we doing it today. It's on Wednesday. Today is Entrepreneurs Week. Every third Wednesday of the month, we do Entrepreneurs Week. Support is free, and I am in the business. We in the kitchen today. I can see my cabinet. Close that cabinet. We in the kitchen today. We dining. I'm about to chef up some buffalo chicken dip from scratch. So y'all gonna get to tap in and tune in with that. It's Entrepreneurs Week. Being a chef is just one of my things that I do. Here, you want to sit down?
Yeah.
So I can start cooking. So yeah, say what's up,
Yes.
Shauna.
Chef Nay. You got Chef Nay in the building.
Welcome
My
to
cousin.
Wanda's on Wednesday. Welcome to Wanda's on Wednesday.
Yes.
It's Entrepreneurs Week. You sound like you in the health and fitness class. I need to be there right now. But I couldn't leave Entrepreneurs Week because I abandoned us for too long. So before I even get started, I wanted to say we got 21 weeks. I said I need to do 21 weeks of consistent Wanda's on Wednesday. You know, I had some hiccups. I had some business. I wasn't inconsistent. I missed two classes. But we on week 19, y'all. We got two more classes until it's week 21. Y'all know we gotta have a purple party or do something special for week 21. But this is Entrepreneurs Week. We on week 19. Yes. And we in the kitchen today. Today we dining. I'm about to chef up some buffalo chicken dip. So I am a chef in my own mind. I never went to school for it, but you don't have to go to school to be a chef. That's something that they don't tell you in the business of cooking. But I love my cook. I love my cooking. My cousin loved my cooking. And so I didn't do full transparency. You know, we live on YouTube. We private in the group. They coming or they not today. It is what it is. But I didn't do the OBS. Everybody, I use OBS. Tap in if you know, you know. I didn't do it on the Zoom today, so you know you're not gonna see what I'm seeing or what I'm sharing. Um, I'm gonna show y'all business one first. This is my music page. Show me love. Find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Tap in, listen to some Naystar. You know they say support is free and you have to support yourself. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the background off just because that way you can see what we seeing. That's all me. I'm only missing one track from up there. So if you see that, know that it's real Naystar music. Promote me. I promote me. I'm growing. I'm learning. I am mastering my craft. I do music for fun, but it's definitely something that is for the people. I'm in the kitchen, y'all. Look, I'm gonna let Shauna be in the screen. Shauna, talk to the people. You got a business. Shauna's a hustler, y'all. I ain't gonna tell you what she be hustling and doing. But she a hustler. She definitely know about getting some money and being in business. Yes. Oh, I was going to say, well, you on the call? Look, she hustling right now. Always on the phone, always on the call. How you doing today, miss? You want to talk about your business? You want to share some business tips today? How's your day going? Tell me about it. But you know what? That's why we here for each other. That's why we here for Wanda's on Wednesday, because this is where you get to relieve some of that stress. You know, you can talk about what you got going on. She said she burnt out. I'm supposed to be cooking, y'all, and I ain't even start cooking yet. Because let me just tell you, this is why we do Entrepreneurs Week, because being an entrepreneur, everything gets overwhelming. You know, sometimes as entrepreneurs, we have to pursue things on our own. We don't have the support, we don't have the assistance. And when you're multitasking and you're taking on multiple things, I'll go to my second business page for that one. When you're taking on multiple things, it definitely burns you out. Like I had a music page, and now this is my logistics page. I'll share this one with you too, because you know I'm also in logistics. I'm not gonna say I'm in trucking because I'm not a truck driver. I don't own a license, but I do know some drivers. I do have some drivers. I do have some resources. Logistics is my main bag right now. So if you need some support, you a shipper, manufacturer, distributor, give me a call. Let LIU be assistance to you. But it's one time Wednesday. It's Entrepreneurs Week. And you know, I got a business, but nobody never want to come talk about their business. So we gonna cook today. Today we making buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken from
Requested by my
scratch.
cousin. You know, I'm being consistent with me. If it's nothing else, it's doing it for me. Hold on, maybe we can turn the camera since you don't want to talk to my camera, Shauna. You don't want to talk about the business, Shauna. You want to talk about your business?
Oh yeah, the camera.
Any business. How does it feel getting into business?
It feels good having a little extra income coming in, you know.
So y'all not gonna be able to see me shopping up my stuff, but this is what
Yeah.
we'll do. We got the chicken. About to go cut city with my chicken. It's about consistency and getting started. You have to show up. If you don't show up, you don't get started. You will never have nothing. You will never make nothing happen. And you can't live like that, you know? People die with their dreams all the time. Do you want to be somebody who's following your dreams, or do you want to be somebody who has to die with your dreams and nobody never know what you're capable of, how successful you can really be? And you never know who's watching. You know, I do this for inspiration. I do this for motivation. It's not only for me. It's me showing up for me because I needed the support when nobody else gave it to me. And you need support in business as well as relationships. You know, it's not always
Well, you need support all across the board.
right. It's
Because
not
sometimes you go through things that you don't want to talk about. So it's always good to have a little support group that's going to be there and talk to you through your problems and what you're going through.
right. And today we talking business problems. Like it's entrepreneurs week. And problems in business is always a problem. Like she said, she burnt out. I be burnt out too. What do you do when you burnt out? Do you give up? Or what's your tactic of how you recover from being burnt out? For me, when I'm burnt out, I take a break. I drink some tea. I reevaluate what my priorities are, how I feel about it. You know, if it's something that could be addressed or if it's something that needs some time to heal from. Most of the time, if I'm getting burnt out, it's because I need a break. You know, self love is the best love. So you have to make sure in entrepreneurship you take time for yourself. You don't always just drive. Because sometimes you get tired and that bus is bound to crash if you're driving it with a tired driver. In this scenario, you would be the driver and you look like you're tired. You going to sleep?
Right, you look nice and comfy.
Right, like I need to be like you. So tell us, what do you do when you burnt out? Is that what you do? Go to sleep? Hmm.
It's always good to have a time away from your house and be with loved ones and friends.
Girl, come visit me. When you coming to visit me? Come visit me. You need a vacation. Right. I'm 20 minutes away from the beach, girl. Yes. Come. Let's go to the beach. Zame, I'm so sorry. Because he's a brat. You feel offended by your client. Okay, well, I don't want you to put all your business out there if you don't want to. how does that happen?
I'm just gonna say the gist of it, right? It's pretty much like, okay, I'm giving her these gems. I'm like, you know, helping her out with some stuff with her business or whatever. And also, I do credit repair or whatever. So, um, she was like, oh, I need you to fix my credit too or whatever, whatever. So when we doing the initial paperwork for starting your business, she was like, oh, I was like, I'm doing the paperwork for her. I'm doing the EIN with her on the phone. And like when we got to the part of the social, she was like, "Yeah, I don't give my social out to people. I don't, to like to just people." And I was like, I've known you for like 2.5 years, bro. Like I'm not just people. And I was like, so you trust me to take all this information to get you some money, but you don't trust me to give me your social while I'm on the phone with you to do your paperwork? How you expect me to fix your credit?
Exactly. Okay.
So I just started looking at her like real sideways after that. Like, so you pretty much saying you don't trust me, but you trust me to take my information.
So with that, I want to say, okay, that'll be a topic we could talk about or touch on today. Like, how do you really deal with a client that wants to do business but don't all the way want to do business? That's basically how I feel. Like, you can't halfway do business with somebody. Is it makes you question, like you said, you know this girl personally for 2 years. Do you know her only through business, or is this somebody you know personally?
This is somebody I know personally. Like, I done she done rode in my car. I took her places, point A, B, C. Watched her kids. She done she had a problem with her house. I used my contractor to help her fix it. You know,
So now it becomes a question of, do you are, is it a good thing to do business with personal people that you know? See, for me, I feel like for me, I feel like my personal people, they don't support me. Like, shout out to my cousin. She always pull up. She is one of my biggest support systems. She was there when I had my baby. So, it's a different type of vibe when it comes to her. But certain people, I feel like I wouldn't bring them into my business. Like, so with me, I'm glad I'm rebuilding my circle because building your circle is everything. And I feel like personally, let this be a lesson to everybody. You shouldn't do business with people you know personally because of stuff like this. Like, if you know her personally, or like, what are you gonna do with her social? Like, you gotta help her with credit. Anybody knows your credit is tied to your social security number. So it's like, is she somewhere local where she can come around and she could put it in herself, or especially when you're like a beginner in business. Like, a lot of these big companies, they have the systems where, oh, you could put your social security number and you won't know. They probably know. Well, they probably could see you punching in them numbers. Like, I work back office a lot for a lot of different companies. A lot of companies that has to retain that type of personal information. And then, all you have to do is make sure you state it, or that's where you get your, what's this called, your your confidentiality, or you do a NDA, or that's when you would pull up those type of agreements where, if you give me this information and you feel like I've done anything wrong with it, that's when you could violate it, or you could feel violated, or you could feel like, oh no, I'm not giving you my social security number. But if you just doing business with somebody personal, like, they're not gonna go that deep as far as contracts and paperwork. So if you were starting out business, credit repair, you gotta get some clients to get your feet wet. When you're starting out, you don't have all of those systems in place. So, it's the question of, do you just stop doing business with people you know personally, or is it gonna be something that you have to say to her, well, we could sign this agreement. If anything happens with your social through me, or because of the fact that you gave it to me, then that's when you could feel some type of way. But I feel like that's childish and that's petty.
Because it goes to show too, like, I did a lot of things for you. You trusted me with this, you trusted me with that. But now it comes to your social, you don't trust me. So in all actuality, do you really trust
you
me?
never exact. That's what I'm feeling like. So
Like, do you really trust me? And it's like, this girl trusted you to watch her kids. So,
How you trust
like,
somebody with your kids and not your social?
right,
Like,
not your social.
that's what I'm saying. And I'm
Like,
like, you really think I'm just gonna scam you? Like,
If you need some business, you need to make some money, you could join Oberly. I could teach you how to be a business associate. And you can do it from home. It's direct sales, group selling. I'm horrible with sales, so no, this is not a sales pitch, but I'm dead ass serious. If you need some money or you need some help on how to get some money from home, I can teach you how. I have
You
multiple
keep saying
businesses
you
that I
horrible.
work
No,
from
you're not.
home. Say again?
No, you're not. You're
No,
not horrible in sales.
I am horrible at sales. I am gonna get better. Let me say I'm not horrible because they said I am means when you say I am, that means it's gonna
Right.
come to pass. So you don't want to
Right.
say I
So,
am anything negative because it will come to pass. So I am getting better at sales, but I told myself my whole life I would never do sales, and now I'm in the business of sales. You have to sell with logistics. You have to sell with products. I'm not a salesperson. I can't sell you. When did
I
I
mean,
ever sell you? When have I ever
you
sold
selling now.
you?
I showed up.
Yeah, but you showed up because you see me consistently. You see me putting in work. You showed up not because I brought you or because I sold you.
Right. And that's what you're selling. That consistency, that drive, that tenacity, man. So that you are good at sales.
Thank you
I
for
wouldn't
that.
want to buy from nobody that's like half-assing nothing or just not trying.
I appreciate that because I need to work on it and I'm working on it. I am getting better, and that's why I be happy when I do get a good turnout. Sometimes it be me, sometimes it's one or two of us. Now we three. If all three of us touch and agree, then it's bound to be. But when it is a bigger turnout, it makes me feel good because people show up. It might not be consistently for everybody else, but it's not about everybody being consistent in your business. And business is only going to take you to get it started. It's going to take you to get the work done. You can hire anybody today or tomorrow, but are they going to put forth the same effort? Are they going to put forth the same energy? And you can't be duplicated. I can't be duplicated. I can teach you how to do what I do all day every day, but I can't be duplicated. So, I definitely appreciate that. And I just, I don't know. It's just crazy, but I appreciate the people who do show up even when it is inconsistently because, like I said, sometimes it's just me and three, and sometimes it's 10 and 12 of us in here. We be lit.
Right.
It's always a vibe though. It's one is on Wednesday. Y'all gotta come vibe with me. You gotta talk about how to get this money. Eventually, after episode 21, I think I want to interview somebody every week. And if I don't do an interview, I'll just do a deep dive into a new topic or something I have going on, or at least with Wanda's on Wednesdays, Entrepreneur Week, I want to do an interview because we doing credit, we doing real estate, we doing logistics, trucking, we doing beauty products, we doing sales. It's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot of different ways that we could provide knowledge. Just a lot of different things that we could teach you. And I'm sorry you dealing with that customer or that client because it just makes you evaluate. What they say, all money is not good money.
Uh-huh.
She might be paying you, or even if you doing it off the arm just to get the work in or get the favors, all that shit is not always good. Sometimes you gotta cut people out, cut people off, and I'm not doing business with people that's too close to me because people call me all the time. How you doing? What you doing? What's this dispatching thing? What you doing in trucking? They want to know everything for free, but when I have a class or when I'm charging for it, nobody shows up. It's like, what is the point of me? What is the point of you calling me and asking me questions just so that you could get that one time information if you're not going to
Uh-huh.
implement it? Like you have to do something with the information
I,
that's being
I
provided.
see why there's some entrepreneurs like, yo, you can't even talk to them without swiping your card. Like you can't even call them. You
Yeah.
know?
It's like, they say rich people don't give out donations and they don't give out money. And then us broke people, well, I'm not broke no more. God bless me.
Right.
The broke people, they be like, oh, they rich. Why they not giving it out? Why they not looking out for us? They talk this and they talk that. They got a whole
Right.
bank of money, but it's because nobody is there with you putting in that work. Nobody is showing up the same way you showing up. And then when you do get free stuff or when you do donate stuff, it's like people don't appreciate it. They don't show up. They talk shit. It's like,
And they
why
don't
would I
follow
give you my money that
directives.
I'm working so hard for? And then a lot of time people don't know what you're going through. She don't know that you burnt out and you still showing up for her. You still trying to help her do what she got to do so she could be successful. And then for her to come back at you like that, it's like, well, how are you going to do business? I told somebody that. So, at conundrum. I had to, I had a meeting with her. If you don't know at conundrum, get on at conundrum, especially if you're in business, because she be always dropping gems. I got 50 million books from her that I need to read just to elevate and scale in my business, to learn AI. Like, she got everything. But long story short, we had a meeting because I'm supposed to be doing a webinar, a trucking webinar, but I don't even got enough following to do the webinar because if nobody ain't coming, nobody ain't showing up, then how I'm gonna make the profits? I don't want to waste nobody's time, especially on a platform like that. But long story short, when we was in the meeting, I was telling her like I have trust issues because I don't trust people. I feel the same way. And it's sad because me and that girl is not the same at all. But I don't trust people with certain things, like when it comes to my business, telling them ideas, because everybody tries to make a replica of a good idea. Nothing that is famous, nothing that is out there, no music, no business was not duplicated. Everything is duplicated. So, when you're so authentic, it's hard to be yourself and come up with ideas and introduce people to what you have going on without them trying to steal it. And I've been in a position where I've been in a room with $1 million investors and they, oh yeah, I want to invest in your business. Tell us all about it. I'm over here giving them the whole breakdown, the whole blueprint, and then walk away with nothing. And now they got a whole business started all because they sat there and took all my information that I was giving out. So, I have trust issues, but you got to learn how to trust people and you got to learn how to deal with people. When I say all money is not good money, because, you might need the money or you might need the clientele. And so you tolerate certain things that you should not. Even when it's personal, you have to have standards. Even when it's business, you have to have standards. If she don't trust you, then now we can't do business. So I can't work with somebody who's not going to trust me, because if it comes to a sense where you have me putting my name and my signature, helping you with all these documents, when they turn around, you don't know something, who you calling? You're going to be calling me. You're going to be needing my help. You're going to come with that, oh, can you help me? Can you help me? Why should I help you if you can't even trust me to handle business? Like, we in this for business. We not in this for personal. Now, I can see if you was sleeping with her or something. Not saying you like that or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, even if it was a guy, like, if you was sleeping with the person or, y'all was dealing with each other on that type of personal level, I can understand that. But when you dealing with somebody on a business level, it's a whole different scenario. Like, it's business. Business is business. Pleasure is pleasure. You got to learn how to keep the two separate, and not saying pleasure like, oh, you got to be intimate with the person. When you go out with your friends, when you're having a good time, that's pleasure. I like to have fun.
Right.
So going out and having a good time is fun for me. I'm not going to mix my fun with my business, because they might be going to have fun at the club drinking, doing whatever the hell they doing, and I have to handle business. So sometimes I may have to step away from that type of crowd or that type of environment. And sometimes when you're growing in business, especially in entrepreneurship, a lot of the people fall by the wayside because they're not used to what you're used to. They're not doing what you're doing. So, maybe she just ain't supposed to really be growing with your business. It's like, all right, well, if she don't want to give you that information when that's the most important information, yo, this baby's always eating something. He opened it. His little damn teeth. You better drink your bottle. Look at him with ranch. That's where you got the white from. Hold on. My baby got ranch all over him. You gonna be an entrepreneur? You gonna get some money because you sure know how to get into shit. I tell you that. You know how to get into it.
You want me to throw this sauce out? And he enjoying it too, like.
Busting it down. Here, here. You wanna eat something? Get your milk. All right, y'all know we real life. I'm sorry if I have to step away from the camera. I'm a mother first, and I have to be a mother while I do business. But everybody's gonna go with you to where you had it, and she's just one of those people. Like, if you can't trust me to do business, then how are we supposed to do business? You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm kind of glad you came, and I'm kind of glad you shared that with us, because I didn't know what I really wanted to talk about this week on Entrepreneur Week. I provide so much different information, and I want to be able to help people start their business and follow their dreams and do it confidently, because having confidence in what you do is the key to being successful in your business. You have to be confident. I'm confident in my music. It's out there. Go listen. I'm confident in my business. I have a whole website, everything pulled up. People don't even know about Popular Freight, but Popular Freight is popping. It's popular. Once we get some more equipment, we're gonna be moving and we're gonna be posted everywhere. But you don't want to overstep, and then you don't want to overweigh yourself. You don't want to be get you don't want to get burnt out, because when you get burnt out, you start putting everything down. And that type of negative energy help you get burnt out. Like, I don't need no help getting burnt out. I'm doing that on my own, trying to do this, trying to be a writer, trying to be an artist, trying to do logistics. Like, and she's very similar to me. She's in the same type of fields, like, being around people, and that's why I'm glad you did gravitate to me. It was not a sales pitch, because I ain't make no money from it, but it's the energy. You need the type of people doing the things you're doing, having the type of conversations you want to have. Like, the realest thing is when I heard Donnie say 7-figure conversations. People talk about, oh, I need 6 figures. I need 6 figures in my bank account. I need it in my bank account, in my wallet, in my children's funds, in my personal turn up fund. Like, I need multiple 6 figures. I need 7 figures. Like, you have to change the type of conversations. And if we in a position where you feel like you can't trust me with something that you need to do business, then I can't do that type of business with you. I shouldn't be doing your paperwork. You shouldn't be definitely doing her paperwork. You shouldn't be you shouldn't have to do all of that. You shouldn't have to be filling out all of those different type of things, because you giving her the support that she needs. But how does that really benefit you? Like, how can you have successful business if people are stopping you and holding you up because of their own insecurities or their own things that they don't want to do? Like, that's bad for business. You know, the
So,
biggest.
what happened with yesterday with Keita when she was like, focused, listening to
Come
her
on.
main goal or whatever? It really helped me in a way because, like, okay, we just shared.
Say hi.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
5 years from now, she gonna be like, dang, I should have rocked with you, you know, because I really, within the last couple of weeks, I really honed in on exactly what I wanted to do, and the thing that I want to do is gonna encompass all the stuff that I do now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I could not put it on a back burner, but I ain't gotta put so much energy into all of them because now I know what I want to do. So my main thing right now is to kind of just heal my mind real quick, give myself a break, rest a little bit, and move forward with this new endeavor that I want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty much lining myself up for it, and I just got to tell myself, just be patient.
And
And that's
that's
what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be patient. I'm gonna keep going to my real estate classes. I'm gonna keep learning, keep doing what I gotta do, and I'm not gonna put that much pressure on myself to like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta make X amount of sales, or I gotta make it. I'm not doing that. All I'm gonna
gotta.
do, I'm gonna keep racking up my learning, racking up my knowledge. I'm gonna keep organizing my stuff in my, my office and stuff like that. And I'm literally gonna work for myself. Like, yeah, I'm not, yeah.
It says chase God, chase dreams, chase goals, and not people. That
Right.
is it. You gotta have the strength and you gotta have patience. Patience is key to success. And
Right.
sitting down sometimes is not bad. Like, I really literally had to sit down myself and really evaluate what I have going on, what's a priority. I don't know if you was in the meeting yesterday. You was. You
Yeah,
was in the
yeah,
meeting yesterday. Like, she the three. She's so
yeah,
popping. Like,
right.
I love that. And I love everything she said. And it was like, I need to prioritize and see what is really going to be the money maker right now. What is going to really build me up and what I need to focus on. Like, being an entrepreneur is all cool, but you have to focus on one thing. And people told me all the time, like, pick one thing, pick one thing. And I could never pick just one thing. Like, everybody wants me to put this entrepreneurs one down Wednesday thing down, and I can't. It's in my spirit, it's in my soul, you know. It's helping people, and I'm in the business of helping people. I'm in the business of support. You know, I can't help that. I can't change that. But at the same time, with the same breath, you know, I know now what's a priority for me, and I know what I want to do. Like, it's just a matter of having the patience to do it and making sure that I'm focused on it and getting it done. Because it does get overwhelming. It gets really overwhelming and it gets draining, and I be ready to be like, you know what, just put me in a 9 to 5, fuck everything. I'm over it. Like I can't do it no more.
Well, yeah, I'm actually about to get a job. Like, I got it. I'm gonna work with my kids. Like, I'm gonna work in the school system. That way, we all have the same schedule.
Mm,
And the job that I had so much downtime that that's what I need. I need
mm.
a lot of downtime so that I can be on the computer doing what I got to do. You know.
See, accountability. This is my new accountability partner. Y'all hear her. Last week they didn't hear nothing that was going on in the meeting. It was so
Oh.
ashamed. Like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's not. But that's good. You know, I can't get a 9 to 5. So the biggest thing she said to me yesterday was, you know, go with your baby. So I feel kind of embarrassed about that. Like, you know, you can't go and expect people to look at you professionally when you're showing up with a kid. And that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of the biggest thing holding me back. Like, I'm out here and I don't have no friends, family. I don't have support out
Right.
here. So I can't, and you
Bless you,
know,
baby.
people is crazy. I got a baby. My baby just turned 1 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't trust leaving my baby with nobody. Like I literally don't let my kids go to daycare till they two talking and
Right.
walking. Like I need to know what
Right.
happened, who did
I
it,
agree. I agree.
and so
I
it's
agree.
hard for me. That's because you should not be in there.
I agree.
It's
My
hard for
son,
me.
my son is autistic and he doesn't talk that much, so I don't trust people either. Um, I that's one of the reasons why I'm having a hard time right now because a lot of on my shoulders, and recently we had an incident on Father's Day weekend where his, like I don't want to talk too much about it because it's still kind of raw, and I don't want to. Hold on. You distracted me. What are you doing? You want to go outside and water? No, get out of here. Close the door. Like you see me on the phone, you gonna ask me about some water. Get out of here.
Kids, you know.
Close the door and leave me alone. See, that's one of my pet peeves. Like they be standing there, they see me on the phone, and they be like, "Yeah, I'm waiting," and not just waiting patiently. They like jumping around, and I'm like, "What do you want?" And I be thinking it's something important, and it's like, "You got some water? You couldn't go in the kitchen and look for some water by yourself?" Anyway, yeah. So pretty much, in the gist of it, my son was not being supervised properly, and is this coming on YouTube?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
want me to mute the YouTube?
nah. I'm just gonna talk around it. But anyway, he
Something
wasn't being
happened.
supervised, and one of the worst things that a parent can think of happening to a baby or a 4 year old happen. Whichever one you use your imagination, whatever you think, but it's not like abuse or nobody's hurt or nothing like that. But um, I'm still like shaking up about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, you can't even stay with family right now. Like, I can't trust nobody to
So
watch him
you
properly.
making me feel like somebody was sexually assaulting him or something.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. It wasn't like that. It was one of the other nightmares where, like, I don't know. I don't want to say too much
Let's talk
because I
about it
don't know.
after.
Like, if I say it, is CPS gonna come after me, or am I gonna go to
Right,
jail or some
like
shit? You know what I'm saying?
we'll
So
talk about it after. That's fine. But something happened and it
yeah,
was that traumatic. And that's exactly why I don't trust somebody with my kid. You know, for her to say, "Oh, who's gonna deny you with a baby?" It's not about them denying me with the baby. It's about the image that you want to keep. Like, you know,
Mhm.
You don't want people looking at you a certain type of way. Just like you feel about sharing your story, it's like you scared to say it because you don't know who listening. You don't know what somebody's gonna say, or good thing they don't know who you are. And I won't disclose that information because it's not my business to tell. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like stuff like that. It's like it's hard. It's hard.
I think to bring my kids with me. I either have them right in the back seat, there'll be a movie playing in the car or whatever, and I'll pull up to a client's house like when I was doing contracting and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll come up, I'll meet my contractor there. They in the car. I'm running around. The kids is there. They see it and all my business. And they're like, "Oh, you got the kids?" I'm like, "That, yeah, I got a whole bunch of kids back here." You know, but like I'm coming with 2 and 3 kids, 3 and 4 kids, like the
Yeah.
whole plan.
See,
Like,
but that's different when you dealing with like personal clients versus when you're dealing with personal clients than when you're dealing with like warehousing and stuff. Hey, welcome to Wine and Down Wednesday. How y'all doing? I see a few people had came in and laughing in the comments. Um, thank you for coming. We talking entrepreneurship. It's Entrepreneurs Week right now. We talking about Hi, but I'm trying to get her to get out the bed, but no, she's that's how she's dealing right now. She's burnt out, but you know, we just talking about how you could be burnt out and how the kids sometimes stop you from pursuing those goals of what you want to do and where you want to be. And you know, like I said, when you go into a warehouse, that's like unprofessional. You know, they in there
yeah,
with suits and stuff. That's a business place. Like if you're going to
yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
house,
yeah.
it's a little
You're
bit
right.
different.
Yeah, and then that's a man's world too in a way. I don't want to say it like that, but
It is.
when you a woman and you stepping into that kind of world, and you gotta have like we wearing our balls in our chest now. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just be like extra vulnerable now we, you know, man, we both getting beat right now.
Right, yeah, like these kids is something else. I like first of all, I'm supposed to be dining today, y'all. I done cut up my chicken. It's turning dry a little bit. I can't even cook my food because the baby is, you know, he's requiring more attention between the phone and the baby. You know, it's hard, but it's entrepreneurship. We still get up and we still do it. And you know, I'm sad that you got to get a job, but you know, in the same way that I felt like you know that's the security for you, and it would be security for me too. But like I said, I don't have the child care to do that, so you know, I'm still going to pursue my
That's
dreams
the
at
only
home.
reason why I'm able to get a job is because he's in school now. So I'm gonna I'm doing this so that we can all be in school together. Or so I
Yeah.
still keep an eye on him. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be too far away from me. You know what I'm
Aww.
saying? That's
That
one of
sounds
the.
like detachment. You need to detach yourself and have a little
I
bit
know
of trust,
we're
especially
not gonna
at
be in the
school.
same school, but in the school environment, in the school system. And this is a small town, so if I'm in the school system, they gonna know like, oh, his mom work at the school over there. So
Yeah.
I need them to know, like, yo, I can put my hands on you. I'm gonna be able to get hands on you faster than a parent will. So, you know, um, it's an easy job, and I'm gonna have a lot of downtime, and I'm gonna be able to do some other things. I'll probably make more money, and then I can focus better, and I won't be as stressed out. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Playboy. Again, I'm gonna do this pitch because I was serious when I said it. If you need to make some money, you could join the Oberly team, do some direct sales. You know, even if you do decide to still get the 9 to 5, you could do it at work. You know, it's coffee, it's hair products. You know, everybody needs to wash their hair. Everybody needs to comb their hair. A lot of people drink coffee in the morning. If you don't do coffee, they have the tea. They have is in the drawer.
What
In the bathroom is a drawer. Got like 3 different bottles of deodorant. Oh, okay. Just yeah. Look in the drawer. Sorry, y'all. But if you do Oakley, it's something from home. So you know, I'm like big on the work from home. So because we have an extra body now, I want to ask you, Tara, if I'm saying your name right. Thank you for coming. Do you have any advice that you would like to say as far as being an entrepreneur and doing business? Because you know we're in the university together. I know you are doing multiple things, and how does that feel for you, or what does that look like for you?
Well, hi, ladies.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I have three children, and they're grown now. But when they were babies and younger, I did exactly what you're doing. And so, for me, I think let's see, you said advice because what I was doing then was obviously is different than what I'm attempting to do now. I did like sales, and I made a lot of money. I would make sometimes I'd make $300 a day. But at the time, the market wasn't flooded. I was selling incense and oils, baking bread. Sometimes I would cook a meal and take those, bag them up and take them to different barbershops, beauty shops, and sell an entire meal, for $15. That was a lot then. Um, but the children would be with me, and my youngest son, he wasn't in the picture at that time, so it was just my daughter who was 2, 3 years old. She wasn't a baby, but I still needed to have her in a stroller. And my oldest son, they're like 9 years apart, and so he helped carry some of the products with me. Um, but I would say that there's always a way, even if you have to include your children. If you need to, you said I overheard you saying a little bit about having to get a second job. Is that what you're talking about, like a 9 to 5 or whatever?
Yeah, like
Even
outside of
when I
entrepreneurship.
put my children in school, um, that wasn't until middle school because I taught them at home. And so when I put my two youngest in school, again, that was middle school, I would work at Amazon the third shift, and I would wait until they had to go to school to, wait a minute, yeah, I would sleep. What time? I get home around 4. I would sleep for a few hours, and then I would take them to wake up and take them to school. And then I would, yeah, it was an interesting schedule, but I would always, and actually since that time, I've been working around my family's needs and whatnot.
No, I mean,
So I've never, I did try to work a traditional 9 to 5 during the day because I needed to, but it would never last because as soon as my children needed me, I dropped the job. They've always been my priority. And so if I needed, if there was a doctor's appointment, and if it was a choice between me losing the job because I took too many days off, or I just find another job. But usually I would work third shift because I don't require a lot of sleep, and sometimes I get home like at 5, sleep, whatever. I was lucky enough that the children didn't have to be at school too early, but I just worked it out. Somehow my body did what it needs to do, and if I had to sleep while they were at school, then I did that. I don't know if I have any advice. Maybe that was enough.
That's just the advice I took from that. Hold on, I'm sorry. The advice I took from that was just to do it. Don't give up and keep going. You a strong woman for that because we was talking about a lot in this conversation. You kind of jumped in when the kids took over the conversation, but we was talking about being burnt out. We was talking about prioritizing between working with new customers or people you don't know versus people family and friends and stuff like that. And my takeaway from
But
that.
you're talking about selling something. You're talking about selling something on the side. Is that the job you're talking about? I heard you say some type of product.
So Oberly is a brand. It's growing. They do coffee. They have something that's called the Cool Coffee Click.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like if she wanted to do something from home, I'm associated with them. I can always, you can always join. You said you're good with sales. Well, teach me sales. We need to have more conversations because I'm still learning and I suck at it. So, full transparency, we are live on YouTube.
No, you don't. Don't say you suck at it. There you go. Right on, sis. Cut her off of that talk.
I'm trying to stop. And that's one of my things that I learned and I'm acknowledging. I gotta learn my habits like the overeating, the stress eating and buying out. I learned that's something that I'm doing, the negative talk. I'm a very positive person. I can inspire and uplift the world, but when it comes to me, I kind of beat me down more than I
Right.
should. So I'm learning that, but I'm telling you, I'm bad at it. I know because my bank
Okay,
account says so.
let me give you an experiment. Both of y'all can do this. Okay. You take a cup of white rice, dry white rice. You're gonna cook it without, any seasoning. No, you're not gonna eat it. But once that cooked dried that cooked rice, or you can take leftover white rice, it just makes sure it's cooked. But you need to clean two glass jars that are the same size and basically the same shape. It could be I've used like sauce, any sauce jar or like tomato sauce jar, but it has to be glass with a lid. And you wash it out, clean it out, make sure it's dry. And once that rice is all the way cold, or like I said, it could be leftover, but just don't put it in the jar warm. On the jar, you will mark on that jar with a permanent marker. I didn't say this right. You put an equal amount of rice, measure it out, equal amount of rice in each jar. Everything has to be the same. What you do to one jar, you do to the other jar. So you want to make sure the measurements are the same. It don't have to be all the way full, but it needs to be close to the top of the jar. Then you put the lid on it. You're going to write on one jar, I love you. And you're going to write on the other jar, I hate you. And the trick is to write the word backwards, not forward. Um, you, I can write it for you if you want me to, but let me write it for you real quick. And then every day, we're going to call this our rice experiment. Every day at the same time, like once in the morning, you can pick the jar up and the jar that says, I love you, you'll talk to the jar. You say, I love you, or whatever loving talk that you can give to that jar. And then you put it down. You pick up the jar. You don't necessarily have them right next to each other. You want to keep them on the counter or keep them away, keep them in a place where the family can't get to it. You don't want anybody else messing with them unless they're on the same line as you are. And then you pick up the jar that says, I hate you, and you say, I hate you, or you talk to it mean or whatever. And then you put it down. And I want you both to keep a notebook and just make note. You can do that, twice a day. You can do it 2 or 3 times a day, whatever you want to do, but be consistent. If you do it 3 times a day, then do it 3 times a day. If you just do it in the morning and the evening, do it in the morning and the evening. But if you do want, just don't pick the I love you jar and just talk to that one because you need to be consistent. Whatever you do to one, you do to the other. And so, and then you just note what happens to any changes in anything, any changes in the appearance of the rice. I want you to make a note of it and just keep daily notes on it and see what happens. It's a very powerful experiment, and it's very necessary that we need to understand the power of our words.
Hi, Black.
So
Wait, I'm sorry to cut you off. That is excellent. So I want to say full transparency. We are live on YouTube. I usually mention this in the beginning. I'm sorry you kind of jumped in the midst. They can hear you,
oh
but
my
they can't
goodness.
see you. They can hear you,
Can
but
you
they
see
can't
me?
see you. I see you. Yes, we're live.
Okay.
The Zoom. This is a private Zoom, and I send
Oh,
it out to people who I think this could benefit. It's Entrepreneurs
okay.
Week, so every
All
third
right.
Wednesday we do entrepreneur and business only. This is a support group of
Mm-hmm.
women empowerment. We talk about domestic
Yes,
violence,
ma'am.
everything under the sun. But every third Wednesday we talking business. So I just want to thank you for that information, and I just wanted to tell you before something did come out that I felt like was
Okay.
not a
Yes,
public
ma'am.
public.
Right. I was going to ask you, were you recording because I don't see the recording sign.
Yeah, no, I
But
don't.
other than
I
that,
don't never record the Zooms, which I should start, but because of the privacy, certain times, I always let people know if you don't want to be live at any time, I can end the live if you feel like it's making
no
you
problem.
uncomfortable
No problem.
or
What
something
I
like that.
said is, I'll just add this other part. Don't look up what I just said on YouTube. Keep the. Have you heard of what I'm talking about before?
I heard something of this sort, but no, I never heard of that. Nah, I definitely want to try it. I want to just buy new jars the same size that have a lid.
Yeah, I use mason jars, but it's a powerful experiment, and I think everybody needs to do it in order to really. You don't know until you do it what I'm talking about, and so from that point, I think it'll change your life and anybody else that's listening. If they try it, it'll change their lives too.
And so I just want to show you what they see. I don't know how well you can see my screen. Usually I try to do my Zoom on my computer, but like I said, it was supposed to be a Dine today, and then we just got so deep in conversation with entrepreneurship and the effects of how you feel. So I kind of put my food down. Um, this is what everybody else is seeing. You know, I promoted my music. I'm an artist. These are my businesses and my logistics. You know, this is my wow.
Nobody can see my picture.
Yeah, nobody can see it. Yeah, you see the voice monitor is here, and I can mute it at any point if you feel like you want to say something that you don't want them to say. But this is Wine and Down Wednesday. We are still live. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live because if you heard that, then you know it was valuable information. You know, this is something I do each and every Wednesday. It's woman empowerment support. I'm support because I needed it, so I'm here to do it for other people. And you know, y'all good with that? I'm gonna leave with that. I'm gonna leave you with that. Y'all come back next.